Hello. So I just wanted to start another video mainly because I need to start something before my OCD kicks in again and the perfectionism kicks in again, because it went away during the Boston trip and now it's creeping back in, and I'm determined to not let that happen. But also because I wanted to record everything that's going on this weekend. I live in Washington, D.C., and it is 4th of July weekend, but not just any 4th of July weekend. It's the 250th. There's a lot going on. Continuing on with the theme of documenting things, I want to document this too, because it's a pretty big deal. Unfortunately, it's kind of all over the place, super partisan, just kind of sucks. Not even counting the heat wave that's going on. I just thought this would still be something interesting to document. You know, I'm here for the big moment. I might as well keep record of it so that, I don't know, years down the line I can be like, oh yeah, I was here when it all happened, when it all went down. That's what this video is about. I'll take you along my weekend. Today's Thursday, July 2nd, 2 days before the 4th. I don't have work tomorrow because we have the day off for the observance of 4th of July. Not a standard holiday weekend at all, but yeah. It's like 101 right now. It feels like 114. So yeah, gonna try to avoid being outside as much as I can. Heat break time with my trusty fan that I got from Thailand, which a lot of people have commented on, which is nice, but this is where I've decided to take a little break before I get to the other thing that I wanted to see today. Looks like a lot of other people have got the same idea as me. There's supposed to be food down there, and I might go sit there. There's seating there too, so I think I might just chill in that area, but I don't know if the camera's focusing on this, but this is the flyover schedule for tomorrow. They've been practicing for this all day today. Well, for a good part of the day at least. And I can hear it from where I live, and it is crazy. This is going to be insane. And there's this too. This explains why nobody was in there. I mean, nobody was in there anyways, but... Okay, so I moved over here just to find a quieter place for me to vlog some of my thoughts about what I've seen so far. The clientele of these kind of events is very obvious. I wish this was a more bipartisan or even nonpartisan thing going on. I mean, it's the 250th. It's something that the whole country should be able to celebrate. These events in DC right now are very much geared towards and being attended by the MAGA people. That's one observation I've had. The other one is people act like there's not a heat wave going on. Like, I don't get road rage, but I get like walking rage. People are just walking so slowly above 100 degrees, like 110 plus, have no urgency to like get inside or escape the heat or anything. And that's also really annoying. That's what I've thought so far. The museums are cool. The exhibits are really cool, and I've been going to Smithsonian stuff. I'm avoiding the Freedom 250 stuff because that's obviously very partisan. plan is to stay in this museum basically until it closes, because that way I can escape. I don't have to go outside during the peak of the heat today. I'm not going to the Star Spangled Banner because I've seen it like a million times already, but I'm gonna go to other exhibits that are personally more, I like more, so I'm gonna show you guys those places as well. This is my favorite part of the museum, the Chicago section. I love that there's a section just about like the different neighborhoods in Chicago, like Chinatown, Pilsen, Lakeview, which was a Swedish neighborhood. I didn't know that. And Bronzeville. And also stuff about the near West Side, which is where my university was. There's an entire section about Illinois and Chicago, and there's like this first part is like Park Forest. It's like suburbs of Chicago, and I love the fact that there's just an entire section dedicated to this part of the country. It's a CTA train car from the 50s and a station. So the Great American State Fair is about to start up again. That's my cue to get the hell out of here. This was, I don't even know what, like my journalistic tendencies got the best of me, and I decided to come out today, and now I really regret it because it's just hot and nasty and nobody's wearing deodorant. It was cool to see the museums, but otherwise not fun. So it's the end of the day. Didn't really do much after getting back. I was exhausted when I got back. I napped. I started not feeling well too. I think it was just like my room sucks at like whatever it is outside. My room tends to like trend towards that temperature, if that makes sense. Like I took a Tylenol because I was getting a headache and I felt like I was overheating, and yeah, it was just uncomfortable. I didn't feel well. I was supposed to go to a party tonight. Yeah, I just didn't feel like I was in a good place to, I didn't feel well, so continued to edit that the part 2 of the Boston vlog, but other than that, I was just so tired. I think it definitely was a mistake to go out today, and still I'm making plans to go out tomorrow because my journalistic tendencies are just so strong. We'll see if I actually do follow through with it. I'm definitely going to see the fireworks though. That's the one thing that's worth seeing from this whole crazy thing that Trump is putting on. Hello, it's July 4th. I just had lunch at Chick-fil-A. I was craving Chick-fil-A, so I came all the way to Chinatown for this. And I also was hanging out in a food hall just for a few minutes, just to escape the heat again, because it's still hot. It's still super uncomfortable to be outside. The flyovers have started too. And these are the actual ones, not the rehearsals from yesterday, which means they're from now until like 8 o'clock tonight. There's just gonna be military flyovers every like 5 to 10 minutes. All right, so I've spent the last couple of hours or so Mainly just working on that part 2 of the Boston vlog again. It's taking forever. It's gonna be a really long video, so it probably won't be uploaded on the 4th. Then I also just ate. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say, but now that I'm done with all of that, oh, the other thing is I've got some glow-in-the-dark bracelets on, just because I felt like I was going out and I felt a bit underdressed. I didn't have any red, white, and blue on me, so thought I'd wear something to put me in the spirit, I guess. Going to go and scout out the area where I'm gonna see the fireworks tonight. There's a really nice area that has a really nice view of the National Mall while not being in the National Mall, which is the main benefit of going to this place. But I'm gonna scout it out, hopefully catch some flyovers, because I really want to show you guys what's been going on with all the flyovers. It's insane. It sounds like a war zone. If you're from Chicago, you'll understand this. It sounds like the air and water show for like hours and hours on end. And I really want you guys, I really wanted to document that as well. So hopefully it doesn't rain. It looks like it might rain a little bit. I'm not complaining though. It's been way too hot these past couple of days, so it's very much needed. I think by now it's like 6:30 or so. We've finally passed the peak of the heat wave, so hopefully the area that I picked is a good area to see the fireworks. Hopefully it's not blocked off or anything, but we're gonna go find that out. heading back to the apartment, and I'll be back here in about an hour or so because it is getting very busy and I really want at least a decent spot, so I'm definitely going to come back earlier than I planned to. But I do feel some rain and the flyovers have pretty much ended, so I think now's a good time to go back, charge all my cameras and stuff, and pee as well. I don't even know what's going on the mall itself anymore. Seems like just like not great. So I'm really glad. I wasn't gonna go anyways, but I'm really glad I didn't go. We'll see what that does to the plans, to the events and the festivities. Also, you might have noticed I changed into something more breathable, so when I go back out, it'll be cooler, but I still just want to prepare myself the best for extended time in the heat. Okay, so the Freedom 250 event reopened, and in the description, it says that now everything is postponed. They're not shifting things around. President will deliver remarks at 11, and the fireworks spectacular will follow. The fireworks are going to happen basically close to midnight, which is like an hour and a half, about an hour and a half of a delay, which means I have more time to cool off. I'm not complaining about that. And of course, everyone gets to avoid the rain. But yeah, again, just goes to show how much of a mess this entire thing is. Well, now that I have about like an hour and a half before I head out to see the fireworks, I don't know what to do anymore. I probably will just end up working even more on that Boston vlog editing. And also, of course, keeping track of the updates in case anything else changes. But I was not planning to have a bigger gap in between outings, so I gotta figure out something to do. Yo, what is going on? I'm so glad I did not go. Oh my goodness, I am laughing so hard at this. Like, you're kidding, right? I am still in my room. It is 11:40 p.m. Trump started speaking like 25-30 minutes ago, which means it's probably my cue to start heading out. Yeah, this other parts of the country have probably already had their fireworks all wrapped up. If you're on the East Coast, you're probably already home. This is, if this isn't worth it, if I get out there and Trump like is rambling on and on for another hour, I'm just gonna turn back and just watch the fireworks from home, honestly. I think that's probably the best call. If it's like 12:30 and fireworks haven't started yet, I'm just heading back. Like, on the way. I'm not too worried about missing the fireworks because they're supposed to last for a while. Getting out of this is going to be yet another nightmare. What is that?
You're that close?
And we're home. I guess that wraps up this vlog, America 250 vlog. Fireworks were great. I love them. You couldn't see it at the end. The finale was sort of obscured by all the haze of the fireworks, but it was a long one, which I liked. I think it was worth it. I think the fireworks were definitely worth it, given that I waited in my room rather than outside in the heat for the whole evening. So the rest of it, I mean, you be the judge. Part of the reason I made this video is because, you know, one day I'll look back and be like, what was this weekend actually like? And this was it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.